What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Boomcast. How are you guys doing this evening? That's what's up. So this is me. I'm the commish. Right now I'm riding solo dolo right now. We have Jay coming up in a little bit. He's on a phone call right now, but that's okay because you know why? I'm gonna entertain you guys just like you guys entertain me. It's gonna be another great show. We're gonna give you guys the recaps of everything that has happened since the past show. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna have a great show. I'm telling you, it's gonna be live. How you guys doing today, man? Feel it in the chat, please. But we're excited. We have some new things that we're gonna be showing off, some new graphics, some different templates and stuff like that. Things I want you guys to like and shit like that. Hopefully you guys like, but you know what? It is what it is. And you know what? Let's get going. We're going to get into the game recaps. And we got Jets in the chat. We got Mr. David Vallejo, Mr. Number One in my heart. Not number one in the league, but it's okay. It's okay. And then we got Dimes over here. That's what's up. Bet. But let's go ahead and let's get into it with the game recaps. So for the first one here for week 4, we got the Black Knights and the Oakland Condors. Give me some time real quick, boys. Let me go ahead and open up this game up real quick on my phone. Get the recap going for you guys. All right, so looking here, it looks like the Black Knights came on top 30-24. Hey, X is here. What's up? What's up? David, it's okay. It's okay. You'll get there one day. You'll be number one again. But like I said, we got Black Knights going up against the Condors 24. Yo, Europe, you want to step in, dog? Step in, dog. You're more than welcome. More than welcome. We got Black Knights with Dak Prescott coming in for 20-32, 285 with 3 touchdowns. Damian Pierce, 12 carries, 56 yards, and 1 touchdown. Not the workhorse that he normally is that we like to see, but you know what? He got it done. He got a tutty, and that is what it is about. Oh, I think we got someone here in the chat. Go ahead and introduce yourself, big dog.
You talking about me?
Yeah, nah. Fucking Casper, dog.
Sorry for the lateness, but San Antonio Orbis, Jay, what's good?
You do that again, you're fired.
I'm sorry, it was really a last second thing, my fault.
No, you're good. All right, so we're going over the game recaps. We're literally, so guys, I want to tell you also something else. We're literally going through every game from week 4 and week 5. I want to be able to show everyone love. I want you guys to have some airtime on here, but also we're going to expose your dirty laundry, and, you know, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
So if you broke a rule and, you know, you worried we're going to see it, we're going to see it.
You gonna see it.
But I mean, hey, that's what it is. We're admins. This is our job. We have the rules here set. Play by the rules. Don't break them. You ain't got to worry about shit. Simple as that. But getting back right into it, Jay, we're week 4, Black Knights versus Condors. 30-24, Black Knights up.
Pretty expected coming out of that game, but it still looks like they gave him a fight. That's all we can really ask for in this league, is just make it competitive.
Yeah, Stroud finally had a clean game this season with 2 touchdowns, no pick.
Did he really? Let me pull that up real quick.
Yeah, no picks finally. I was waiting for
Oh,
a game
yeah,
like this from
147.8 quarterback rating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, dude was pretty clean with the ball.
Very, very clean. And of course, if Baldwin is not running with 100+ yards, he's not winning games. It's evident. You can look at the stats. It shows.
He could do so much in the air, but as long as he has his ground game, if he can get his ground game situated, that's wins around.
Yeah. And you know what? I want to take a little hot take here. I know we're going to get into this a little bit later into the show, but I think Dak Prescott, future MVP, maybe top 3 in the votes right now. He's playing clean. He's playing clean ball. He's playing clean ball. I think he had 1 game with like two interceptions. But as of right now, he's accurate. He's helping them win games. Now, I'm not saying he's going to win the playoffs or, be magnificent and shit. I'm just saying Dak might get the regular season award. Maybe Tua. I know Tua's in that conversation as well.
Who's in the conversation? I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
He's been playing a little bit more cleaner this year. I mean, once you look at some of the games, you'll see that he's actually been playing a little bit better.
You know, looking into the quarterbacks this year, there have been a lot of clean games. And there's been a lot of messy games from guys that we wouldn't expect to have it. But, you know, shit happens. But you know what? We have this game going on. Black Knights, great game. At the end of the day, he came up superior and on top. Moving over to the next game for Week 4, we're going Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Atlanta Falcons, a divisional round game here. One that doesn't shock most people as the start that Kari had.
Oh Lord.
Okay, it shocked him. He hasn't been keeping up with Kari. But with the rebuild of the Bucks defense, Falcons is it's kind of his dad right now. He took over the division last year. They did trade. They were 1-for-1. Looks like Falcons is now 1-for-0 this season. But man, that is an ass whooping from Tyler Van Dyke. I don't know why they do the asterisks.
It's because his name has Dyke in it. Considered a slur or something along those lines.
I guess. And then we have Bijan Robinson with 14 carries, 59 yards, and 2 tutties. Bijan Robinson with 4 wrecks, 110 yards receiving with 2 touchdowns. Looking at it over the receiving side, the leading receiver should have been Shelton Westbrook, in my opinion, with 84 yards, 1 touchdown. But I know that Bijan had a little bit more of a production-wise, and so I see why Neon went in there. So let's not get too crazy, David. He spread the ball just a little bit. Drake London got some love. Kyle Pitts
not him yapping again. That's crazy.
Nah. But that's what we got to do.
It is borderline. It is borderline. I'll give him that. It is borderline. So hey, man, Falcons, if you hear this, you need to watch out.
But I get it though. It's Kari. Put that ass whooping on him.
Honestly, shit, 51. You dropped 51 on Kari.
But look, Midget Murray isn't doing anything either, man. He had 300-some yards, 2 touchdowns, but 3 picks that cost him the game. And he's down by 3 possessions, so those 3 picks did really lose him the game there. I know that defense has not been a thing in this Madden at all, especially with previous updates, and it's evidently showing. If you can't make stops, everyone's getting yards.
Honestly, yeah. You need to, if you can't stop their offense, you're most likely gonna lose. You need to figure out the defense, especially with this newer update and everything. But to be fair, in Kari's side, I mean, he's been rebuilding. He's been kind of hoed. He's been hoed the last free agency, so he can't really have that big of a splash in the offseason.
Yeah, but you know what? Future matchups. See, that man's looking good. But like I said, future matchups. Now coming in with the next game, we got Week 4, Honolulu Bulls versus the Seattle Seahawks. Now this is 38-39. Bulls coming up on top. Now I was told there. I know he's dealing with injuries. Cool. I mean, some people are, some people aren't. He finally hit the injury bug. But you got to come over the top. Ooh, I know Dimes did not say easy dub. Oh, that's crazy. Crazy.
I'm not going to lie to you. Look, the way I'm looking at these stats right now, it looked like it was an easy dub. Because Jared Goff, I've never seen anyone use this man to this sort of potential.
It's okay. I stopped.
Throwing 382 yards for 4 touchdowns, no picks. With Jared Goff is insane. We expect those numbers from Bryce Young and the Seattle Kincaids, but I mean 438 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. That's those little slip ups is what could cost it. Was what literally cost him the game. To be honest, he should have won by way more than the Bulls won by had he not thrown those interceptions.
Yeah, most definitely. And what's crazy is the last show we talked about Saquon. He's been having 150+ yard games for his when he was going 3-0, and I gave you guys a pointer. Stop that run, you'll win. Seahawks put a stop to him, but it looked like Bryce Young's 2 picks really were crucial. And I also heard that from quote unquote looking at the stream and hearing from him that there is 3 game-winning drive picks that were dropped by his defenders. So like I said, if your defense is not ready to come and play and they don't make the big plays, you can't get those dubs, man. You got to go into the locker room, talk to those cornerbacks, maybe make some different moves in there or find a different scheme. But at the end of the day, no excuse will work here. I mean, you gotta win. You gotta pull through.
You got to, because I mean, you could tell this man relies. To be fair, from the looks of it, he relies on a safety blanket. His defense, you need to be able to perform on offense also, because those interceptions that you threw, those are what ultimately costed you an in, whether you're able to drop his picks or not. Yep. They made the play, they capitalized, that's why they got the win. And these, you should try and see other targets too, because I mean, look, 10 wrecks to Dalton Kincaid and 9 to Wilson, and then 2 to anyone else is kind of retarded.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely became one-dimensional. So there's
Especially
that.
now with Garrett Wilson and Smith and Jigba out, it's literally the Kincaid show.
Yeah,
He looks like he has no one else to go to.
yeah. He's definitely found playmakers before, so he's definitely got to find them now. If anything, definitely maybe switch up a playbook, maybe different schemes, different routes. See
Trying
what
to
you're
see
gonna
what you
do.
can do. Use some other stars, bro. You got a bunch of other stars on your team
Yes,
that are
sir.
getting looks from the looks of it 0 targets.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Moving on to the next one. Oh, chat's going crazy right now. Moving on to the next one.
Hey, hold on. Let me put that back and reverse it real quick for you.
All right, all right.
I'm not tripping, right? I'm only seeing 6 rushes
I see.
for the Seattle Seahawks.
He has 12 plus 4. That's 16 plus 18, too, with Bryce on the rushing. So that's 18. 18 to 35. Do a little calculation here.
Hey, where you seen that at?
18. It's on Neon, bro.
Oh, I'm looking at the end game right now.
I can pull it
That's
up.
what's throwing me off.
I can pull it up in game right now. Give me 1 second.
I'm just trying to make sure. I mean, if I'm wrong, like Neon says different stats. Otherwise, then fucking.
Oh, well, yeah. It shows he has 18, so that's why I didn't trip. That's like, he's got to be on the margin. That's like 35, 34, sitting around there. If you want to do the math, you can do the math. But, like, he's sitting, it's close, so.
Oh,
We could
okay, yeah.
definitely, yeah, it's
Like I
definitely
said, no,
close.
yeah. In game, I'm just looking at 4 rushes to Zach Charbonnet and 2 to his quarterback, and that's it.
Mm,
So what in my view, I'm like, hold on, let me make sure. I mean, I trust he's not like that, but I mean,
yeah. Damn, he said Jay my number one hater. That's crazy.
with me, I have a
And
better
it's
record than
true.
you, so I'm not really hating.
Oh shit. All right, moving on to the next game, a crazy one that came down to the wire. It was me, the Colts versus the Austin Aviators in Week 4. Hell of a game. We both don't have defenses. I'll tell you that right now. Defense is like
I can tell
non-existing.
this is an offensive showdown.
We went crazy. I've been having clean games with Anthony Richardson. This one was not my cleanest. We had 2 picks, something that he doesn't do often, just normally 1 or 0. This is actually the second game with interceptions. This is also our first game without Evan Hall. Of course, we're used to it. Last year, he missed some time, but Peter Manning stepped up in a big-time role.
Lord, yes, he
14 carries,
did.
199 yards, and 2 touchdowns. We were pounding the rock. I should have kept it more on the ground, but as the second interception happened, I knew that we had to really focus in on getting back up so we could win the game. Trevor Lawrence was looking like MVP himself, unlike some of the other weeks. Again, going against my defense, going against his Madden stuff, I still have to figure some things out. Maybe I'm about to experiment with a new defensive playbook. I might like it. I'm just looking to stop the run, if anything, because you can tell Travis Etienne went crazy on me. 13
Yeah,
carries,
definitely.
187 yards. It's pretty much the rush game right now. My leading receiver, Josh Downs, 4 recs, 84 yards, came in clutch. And then my rookie middle linebacker, first overall fucking pick, is 5 tackles, 1 interception, and 1 forced fumble. Dude is getting it, man. He's having a stellar rookie year. Stellar rookie year. I'm glad we can move on from Devin White and have someone younger and more productive. Again, Aviators found his first win here of the season against me. I hate to say so, but at the end of the day, we're gonna come back and we're gonna play him later in the season, and we're definitely gonna flip this results around and finally show him what's up. Moving over to the next game, we have Week 4 Dallas Cowboys with the Chicago Sentinels. This was an ass whopping. Oh, man, it's his daddy. That's all I'm going to say. Bros, I know you're back. I know you have to deal with Jalen Hurts, but you got your ass whooped, boy. It is crazy, Jake. You got this one, dog. I can't speak on this one.
I mean, these are the type of things that you expect from a user like Zeke the Freak with the Dallas Cowboys. It honestly was just. It looks like it was just an all around just smacking, to be honest. And it looks like he just couldn't stop. He couldn't do anything, to be honest. Looking at a score like that, I mean, you don't want to get shut out that hard, you know?
Yeah, man. Let me give you some advice, Landon. Run the ball, bro. Read options. You got Jalen Hurts. Touch, push. Do something, bro. Because 6 interceptions, I would have stopped after 3. After the third one, I'd have been like, you know what? We're just pounding the rock, and I'm probably gonna do some RPOs or some other shit. But man, looks like you were just trying to force the ball down the field. Oh, man, look at Cameron Kitchens, dude. 2 tackles, 2 INTs, 1 deflection, and 2 pick 6s.
Hmm.
God damn.
I mean, that's the Jalen Hurts special. You got to figure out how to play around him if you want to keep him in your if you want to keep him under center, you want to keep him the prime of your offense. You need to work around the way Jalen Hurts plays. You can't just expect to go from playing someone like Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow to going straight to playing the same way with Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
You got to
so
move around that.
yeah, so we're gonna definitely give you some advice. Roll out the pocket some. Don't do it too often. Throw medium and short passes, dude. Long ball is not his thing. But yeah, Zeke, do your thing, Ben. You are whooping ass and taking names and coming back to protect that division. Good shit. Moving on to the next one, we have Week 4, Miami Dolphins versus the Toronto Huskies. This was a CPU game against the Huskies, but he stepped up and he got the win, 21-17. Massage Watson with a clean game, 17 for 23, 219 for 1 touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson had an okay night, 23 carries, 67 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had the tutties, so he definitely came through when it was most needed. And, of course, DeAndre Hopkins being prime Hopkins, 5 racks, 77 yards, and a tutty. CPU, spam. That's all I'm going to say. All right, moving over to our next game. We have Week 4, San Antonio Orbits versus the Portland Snowhawks. This was a blowout looking this way. Jay, go ahead and tell us what's going on here, man.
So, that one I would like to credit to Javonte Williams.
Shit.
Just proven that he was Offensive Player of the Year last year, and still on that same campaign this year, going 21 carries for 203 yards and only 1 touchdown. But honestly, I've been trying to more target Joshua Palmer. He's become a favorite target, but he's gonna have to start keeping up with everyone else because I'm starting to look everywhere as far as targets. But Tua Tagovailoa still going off, 221 yards, not that much, but he did throw 5 touchdowns and only 1 interception, just one critical mistake. And to be fair, that was my fault. I stared the linebacker in the eye and was like, "Here you go, gift wrapped it to him." You know what I mean?
To the defense.
To the defense, straight. I threw it and I was like, it's one of those. As soon as it comes out your hand, you're like, "Fuck."
Elite
You know what I mean?
Jared Goff play.
Exactly. But honestly, the real credit goes to the defense because I had Derwin James with 2 interceptions, Kayvon Thibodeau with 1 interception, and Denzel Ward with an interception. So I ended up managing to capitalize off of 4 interceptions, and it just was trying after a while it was kind of like after you get up by that type of lead, you kind of gotta figure out what to do with the rest of the game, and if they don't want to concede. So that's all it really was just trying to I was giving him a couple things just so kind of because I know how demoralizing it is whenever you absolutely can't do anything.
Yeah,
And all they're doing is just catching interceptions. There's times where I could have picked him off, but I'm I don't want to be that type of guy. And I'm just gonna let him kind of let the ball sail over me, let him get a completion, let him get some sort of momentum, kind of make it into a game. Because
FYI, you made him quit the league. That's all I'm gonna say. Because after this game, that nigga went straight inactive. He was not playing his games, bro. That's why I kicked him. The dude was straight inactive.
Oh, I feel bad now.
Gave him an ass whooping, bro.
I didn't mean to fucking beat him that hard. I mean, because to be fair, I was throwing 75% with Tua, and obviously running the ball. Javonte Williams is just not being stopped at all.
Jay over here making people quit. That's some shit.
It's a different season this year. I'm telling you right now, it's a different season.
Yeah, but you lost 2 defensive pieces now. So definitely
yes. Are we talking about trades later or no?
Yeah, we're gonna talk about them a little bit later.
Okay, I was about to say so I can explain myself on what I'm trying to do, but we'll wait till later.
Yeah. Moving over to the next game of Week 4. Not the brightest one for the Oilers, but it's the Packers versus the Oilers, a divisional game. Packers coming on top, 44-17. Lamar Jackson, El Chaplin is showing us that he can play with Lamar and he can play clean ball with him. 4 touchdowns, no picks, 301 yards.
Perfect passer rating. Wow.
That's what I'm saying. He only missed 4 passes. Dom Ballard being his normal self, 18 carries, 145 yards, and a touchdown. Christian Watson making a splash for himself, 3 wrecks, 99 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Jawan Brisker, aka the Old Browns safety, 1 tackle, 3 INTs, and 1 deflection. Desmond Ritter did not have a good game at whatsoever going against a studded Packers defense. 18 for 32, 261 yards, 2 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Jonathan Taylor was also held to only 12 carries. Ooh. So let me open up Neon. Let's check on that. That's 12. Yeah, yeah. But as you can tell, Brock Bowers is his primary receiver and target. Young, studded tight end who can catch the rock and get shit done in that offense. So as I'm looking into this one, I'm gonna have Jay go into the next game, week 4, with the Carolina Panthers versus the Brooklyn Dragons. Panthers coming on top, 27-24.
Pretty solid, pretty solid performance from Jaeger. Is trying to prove that he's still that kind of guy, especially going in with a young signal caller like Bo Nix that he got in the offseason from Seattle Seahawks. He's trying his best, but how he throws no touchdowns, so obviously the running game must be the answer because 20 rushes with Will Shipley for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. Trying to spread the ball more towards, like, if he's not working out in the air, obviously go towards the ground, and that's what's really showing to be a work. It was a close game. I feel like a couple less mistakes, and he can run away with a lot of these games.
Breaking news: this game was simmed.
It was?
Yes, this game wasn't marked as sim, but it was simmed. Guys, do me a favor. If your guys' game gets simmed, can you guys go into Neon or tell us that it's got simmed so we can go into Neon and mark it as a simmed game? I've marked this week's and some of in between weeks that I could remember. Just help us on that so that way we can avoid. I do want to give recaps on your games, but like when it's sim games, it's just like, well, damn.
Yeah, because I'm over here I'm giving him credit for things that he's trying to do, but definitely, it was CPU.
Damn, maybe I should knock you down during the power ranks.
Wow.
Chill out. I'm playing. All right, moving on to the next one. Week 4, we have San Diego. Actually, before we go into this is a one-time reminder for right now. Guys, let's watch these pass to run ratios. They're getting kind of out of hand. I don't want to have to start giving suspensions. So let's definitely pay attention more into that. I know passing the rock has been a lot easier this season, especially now that they've nerfed the defense. But let's keep the ratios to the rules, please. This is a final warning. Next time, we're going to go ahead and start handing out suspensions, and I don't want to hear it from anyone. So just going to say that. But now going into the next recap, back to the happy mode, right? San Diego Riverhogs versus the Albuquerque Thunderbirds, a head-to-head game that is an rival in division game, with the Thunderbirds coming up 45-38. Shador Sanders with 17-28, 251 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions that killed him for the game, dude. Imagine those 3 picks gone. And just one more touchdown, I mean, the game can change completely different. Shador also leading the team in carries, 13 carries and 90 yards. Damn.
Oh, what the hell?
Shador's looking crazy right now. That's all I'm saying. David Njoku, 5 wrecks, 108 yards, 3 touchdowns. Njoku is finding life in this Riverhogs offense. Looking over to Joe Burrow, he had a pretty good game. 15 for 20, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Without that interception, he would have had a perfect passing rating. But, again, clean enough football for him to win the game. Devon Achane, then 10 carries, 139 yards, 3 tutties. Of course, he's putting it on the ground with his speed and breaking open wide. He's also the most impactful receiver. 2 wrecks, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. And Devin White is showing to step up.
That just screams Will Route.
Yeah. Thunderbirds defense with 3 tackles and 1 crucial interception. Jay, I know you want to say something. I know you don't like these 2 niggas. Go for it.
I don't know about 2. I haven't. It's just the Thunderbirds usually he tends to slip away with a lot of things that he shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of people that play him. I can tell that they're like, "Oh, I almost had you," but I mean at the same time, you didn't get him enough. You know what I mean? Devon Achan, those I can't really say much about the two wrecks for 118 yards. That's egregious as fuck.
Wheel
But you
route.
can tell it, huh?
Wheel route.
Yeah, it screams wheel route because a running back with that kind of wrecks. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I do it, it's probably a wheel route or it's probably a red zone scissor. But that's just crazy. Njoku obviously looking like the best target in San Diego alongside George Pickens. Those two guys getting about 100 yards apiece, give or take. It looks like he's trying to figure out. Shadur Sanders is looking like it's the answer in their out there in San Diego. So you got to figure out how to limit his mistakes at 3 interceptions. Because honestly, those 3 interceptions cut it down even 2 or 1 interception, and that's a W.
Yeah.
So, and I'm pretty sure I can almost guarantee any amount of money. Oh, actually, I would have lost. Okay, that Fred Warner was not the one with the interceptions. The ones with the interceptions were Devin White and Devonshire and Travis
Hmm.
Shaw. So Travis Shaw's a right end. Um,
Wow.
okay, if you throw straight to a right end and get it picked off, that's kind of deserving.
But I
But
will say Thunderbirds has this play that he likes to run in his defense where the right end drops out into coverage and you don't really see it much. So
is it
like
in
when
a
the
four
play,
six?
something like that, and like it would
I know
drop
what play
back.
he's running.
Yep.
I have that too. When
That
I
play
had Miles
kills me.
Garrett at end,
That play
when I had
kills
Miles
me.
Garrett at end, it'll surprise you because you try and get a quick check down to a running back, and you just see a big monster standing right there ready to
Or
catch that
even the
ball.
inside slant to a receiver, man, you don't see it. You hike it, and you know that the inside's open. You said, I'm gonna take it. I don't know where
Exactly.
Houdini just bing.
He just jumps up, snags it, and so yeah. Okay, so once you explain like that, I bet that's definitely how it happens. And I know Thunderbirds does, even though he has 300 passing yards, he likes to keep it short. Um, he likes to keep it within the 10 to 15 yard, actually the 10-yard range. Sometimes he'll explore outwards and go like 15, 20 yards, but he does like to keep it short to medium. So I'm pretty sure those little quick little cover two routes and everything, those are getting stopped easily.
Oh yeah, that's tough. All right, moving over to our next game for Week 4, we have the Austin Steamers versus the Paris Blues. I believe this one was also simmed. I know Austin Steamers has been moving, so Mookie or Ski, if you're watching, please let me know.
Yeah, it
Uh,
was simmed.
okay, so we're gonna move on from this one. This one's a sim one. I didn't know it wasn't marked. Oh, we have a good one here. Week 4, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Seattle. I mean. Steelers coming on top 34-24. David, get out of my head. Anyways, Justin Fields had a dominating game, 17 for 23, 311 yards for 4 touchdowns and 1 interceptions. This is one of his better games with Justin
Oh,
Fields.
finding his footing, I see.
With Najee Harris with 15 carries, 97 yards. I like to see a little bit more production out of Najee, but if that's definitely going into Fields, I definitely understand. With Brandon Ayuk with 6 wrecks, 124 yards, and 1 touchdown. Looks like Fields has a #1 favorite target. And Minka Fitzpatrick doing Minka shit. 2 tackles, 1 interception, and a pick 6. You're all too familiar with that one, I know. Then on the Bengals side, we have Michael Penix Jr. Still can't clean up his game. 19 for 25, 276 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. If he can clean up this game and turn those into tutties or into just different completions, he can win this game. He's only down by 10. Again, Bengals is sneaky okay. You cannot underestimate him, or he will beat you with the mesh and the crossers. It just happens. But Tyler Boyd had himself a little day two, not gay. Ooh, 8 wrecks, 170 yards, 1 touchdown. What do you think, man? These two are your divisional rivals.
He needs to go at it. I mean, kind of wish honestly the one I'm going for here in this game would have been the Bengals
Oh, I know.
because obviously dropping Bengals is already clearly out of the running as far as divisionals. Because I mean, I'm not gonna lie, compared to a lot of divisions, we have a pretty strong three-headed monster going. Me, Black Knights, and Steelers. So to be fair, the way he builds his team and the way his play style, honestly, he's the run of the litter. And I don't mean that in any disrespectful way, but it's true. Like if you put his squad stacked up against the other three that we have in our division, I mean I'm technically top three team in the league. So it's more like he's just got to find his footing. I mean Michael Penix, he's a young guy, quarterback of the future. He just needs to clean up his game and try and figure out his targets that his play style. Maybe switch up a playbook, a scheme, something, because the way he's running it right now isn't working. But Justin Fields, it's surprising to find his footing at 4 touchdowns, only 1 pick. I mean, the Justin Fields that I saw when we played had Pitts run down his leg. So the fact that
Hmm.
he's playing the way he's playing in this game, it's a really good cleanup, to be honest. And of course, Najee Harris is doing Najee Harris things, getting about around 100 yards. And honestly, to me, I will call him the game breaker because if he can get at least 100 yards, at least if he can cruise to 100 yards before half, Steelers runs away with it, no matter what game it is.
Yeah.
No matter how good his air game is, if Najee can get 100 yards before half, you're losing that game.
Yeah.
Because if your defense get demoralized, they're gonna get fatigued just trying to take that man down.
Oh yeah.
And as far as Ramon Dunn, he he's all right guy. You know, he tries to do what he can. He just tries to figure it out, but it's not really working out. He maybe wants to maybe look into trades as another running back, or just maybe try developing him more.
Yeah, Bengals, if you're listening, I'll definitely give you advice. When CMC gets back from injury, trade him. If he doesn't come back until after the trade block, after the trade deadline, trade him in the offseason. He's been a dud for you. When he came back, he got hurt. Starting the season, got hurt. It's time to look somewhere else, man. Get some value out of him while you can.
Definitely, that's pretty good advice right there.
Thank you. Moving over to week 4, Detroit Lions versus the Buffalo Bills. Bills coming on top 38-21. It's X, dog. It's my boy X. Getting his ass whooped and making Caleb Williams look ass.
It's really on how Caleb wants to play that day,
Mm,
or maybe what kind of defense he's going up against. Because I mean, Caleb threw in what 4 interceptions.
yeah.
It really does fuck up a lot of the game planning, and it looks like Jordan Hancock is the one that was doing all the damage. You know, he threw a couple picks to the other cornerbacks. Actually, he gave each cornerback a pick,
Damn.
with Devontae Maddox catching one, Kyrie Elam catching one, and Jordan Hancock catching two.
All right, Oprah.
And
You get a pick. You get a pick.
honestly, like he was, but he's better than that. I know he can look up things. I mean, shit. You look at his
Oh, he has a better
look at
game
his
coming up. He has definitely have a better game coming up.
oh, definitely. And the last game that I watched of him, he caught he get a comeback victory, winning by 3. But he's trying to fight for trying to make his team, trying to find their footing. I mean, Sam Laporta and James Williams proceeds to be his best targets. James Williams 205 yards with 4 wrecks and 2 touchdowns.
It's
And
crazy to me,
Jameer
dude.
Gibbs is, you know, not having the best game out. But yeah, that's all I gotta say about Lions. Josh Allen doing, pretty not I'm not say mediocre, but doing his job, doing what they pay him to do. Throw a couple touchdowns a game, try and limit his mistakes at only 1 interception. But on the ground, Quinshon Judkins had 23
Man,
carries for 182 yards, 2 touchdowns. It looked like
he put in the
the
work.
defense in Detroit really didn't want to try and bring him down. Well,
Mm-mm.
I feel like that really is what costed him the game.
Yeah, he has. I know Detroit has some young guys on the line that he's trying to develop, but they definitely got to put their heads in the game and stop a guy like Judkins, just out of nowhere, unknown guy, putting up over 200 yards on top of you with 2 tutties.
Definitely.
Can't win that way. And Josh Allen having a better game for himself, not throwing multiple picks. Like to see that. Caleb Williams, I definitely know you'll get better, and I would definitely love to see you produce a lot more, and I know you will. All right, moving over to week 5 now. Our first game for week 5, we have the Chicago Black Knights versus the Paris Blues, with the Blues coming on top 45-24.
Yeah, it was actually game of the week.
Yes, this was our game of the week, and it was a game, all right. With Malik Willis only missing 1 pass, 15 for 16, 407 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Keaton Mitchell with 20 carries, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Xavier Worthy doing himself what he does best: RPOs, stretch, and crossers. 5 wrecks, 108 yards, 1 touchdown, with Caleb Farley, 4 tackles, 1 interception, and 1 deflection. Dak Prescott didn't get to complete as many passes as he would like to out of the 35 that he had. He only had 1 interception, though, but only 1 touchdown. When you can stop Black Knight's running game from Dameon Pierce and not having over 100 yards or close to it, you're going to win. And especially if you can get Dak not to throw multiple touchdowns, you'll find a way to win against Black Knights.
Oh yeah, because it looks like he looks like he does get kind of scared on a throw, like he doesn't want to make those mistakes, so he kind of puts it right back on the ground to his workhorse at Dameon Pierce. But I mean, you said it right. If you can get him stopped on the run and rely on Dak Prescott's arm, you could most likely come out to win. You have a higher chance at it for sure.
Yeah, you don't want Dak getting hot, especially with Damian Pierce running in his offense. Because the minute that happens, it breaks open everything for his offense. He'll go into play actions, he'll go into short into long passes, and he'll definitely utilize his tight ends. Mark Andrew is definitely a staple of that offense.
Doc Rivers, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, breaking news: Doc Rivers is now the head coach of the Buccaneers, the
Milwaukee Bucks.
Milwaukee Bucks. Jesus.
Sorry, we're in football mode right now. I just saw it on my phone right now, and I kind of freaked out.
I saw my watch and I was like, yo, it's crazy. We'll talk about that later.
Anyway, but Malik Willis throwing 407 yards, not only missing one. I don't know. I hear every game. I hear how
I
much.
hate this guy.
I hate this guy. I want to move on from him, yet I still see consistent wins from him. And I'm like, what more do you want of this man? Especially after this game. Like, if you even complained once about Malik Willis' game, I'm going to slap you myself.
Pull up the receipts, pull up the receipts, pull up the receipts. All right, enough of that one. Moving into the next one, a head-to-head banger that we did not see this shit coming. Tampa Bay Bucks versus the Rio de Janeiro Armadillos.
De Janeiro.
Hey, I said it as white as
That's
I
an
can.
N. That's an N.
I said it as white as I can. Leave me alone. With the Bucks coming up 59-52. Kyler Murray had a better game for himself. Not completion-wise, but definitely touchdowns and interceptions. 11 for 20, 176 yards, 5 tutties, and 1 interception. The production out of this game has come from Robinson. Branson Robinson, 24 carries, 209 yards, 3 tackles. Jordan Whitehead had a little game too, 5 tackles, 1 interception, and 1 deflection. God damn, Pat Mahomes, 19 for 26, 458 yards, 7 touchdowns.
7 touchdowns goes crazy.
1 interception, dude. And you still lose, bro. The fact that he has been in the high. So first of all, Armadillos was in the highest scoring BTB game 2 weeks ago against the Jets, and they put up 72 and 66. Now he's putting up 50.
He looked like he's a scorer. He can score.
And it looks like Pacheco is going nuts. Oh, at 15 carries, 49 yards, 8 wrecks, 199 yards, and 4 fucking touchdowns. That's I don't know, chat. What you think? Spam? Is it?
I think no. That screams spam. I'm not gonna lie to you. Leading rusher. Obviously, he's a starting running back. It's whatever. We expect that out of him. But leading Rex by 3 compared to your next target, that's pretty spam like. And honestly, if you look back at the way that the guy used to play, it's the Pacheco show all day long. Like there's some games where he's able to kind of reel it back, but if he really is in what's that word? If he's in a tight spot, it's always gonna be Pacheco all the way.
Yeah.
So that's to me that's an absolute spam.
Yeah, admin teams, we may need to, if you're listening, we may need to reevaluate him and see what we need to do. But we'll talk about that in admin chat.
Yeah, definitely.
So enough about this. Moving over to the next game, the fucking game where everyone fucking doubted me and didn't think I would fucking do anything. But anyways, week 5, Honolulu Bulls versus the Indianapolis Colts. But the Colts coming on top, 45 to 42.
38 in a second is ungodly, and that's the reason you won.
I put Jared Goff on a blender, bro. Fucking 4 picks in the second quarter.
That's the best game I've ever honestly can think I've seen from Anthony Richardson from you.
Oh, no.
0 interceptions?
This isn't the best one. You missed the last show. Dude had 350 yards with 5 touchdowns, no picks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm telling you, Anthony Richardson and me are having a revolutionary year. We've only had 2 games with picks. Everything else has been clean. And then Peter Manning, we didn't get to give him as much as we wanted to, but with 15 carries, 57 yards, and 1 touchdown, he did what he had to do. And let me tell you guys, the past 2 draft classes where I've gotten 2 receivers, Mahali Colony, whatever the hell his name is, and then Kevin Coleman, they have revolutionized my offense to a different kind of level. With Kevin Coleman, 3 wrecks, 114 yards, 2 touchdowns. Coleman is a deep threat guy where I can bomb it one-on-one, and he's going to come down with it, and he's going to find a way to get it. Now, let me tell you something. I told you guys, if you can stop Saquon, you can win. I couldn't stop Saquon for a little bit.
And you still won,
And I
surprisingly.
won because you know why? Jared Goff threw the picks. My defense came in clutch, and I will tell you, the first pick six that came in, I did an all-out blitz. No. I did a normal man, cover one man, and I put it to run commit because he's been running a lot. And when I did that, he came into a play action, trying to do a screen, and he threw it straight into my linebacker's hand for the clean tutty. And then from there, it was over with, and he was slowly starting to come back. And I took my foot off the gas pedal only because I was not trying to break the rules, and the pass ratio is not going to my head. But Jeremiah JOK, that's his nickname. A lot of people are saying it. So
Jeremiah Owosu Koromoa.
yeah, but they also call him JOK.
Because they can't say his fucking name.
Shut up. Anyways,
Damn, 2 pick sixes to running back. I mean, to middle linebackers is crazy.
yes, sir. Perkins did his thing, man. I'm telling you, my backing room is where it's at. So yeah, I knocked the Bulls out for being undefeated. You're welcome, Zeke. That's how it is. But moving over to the next game. I'm sorry, Dimes, I had to do it to you, dog.
To be fair, you got to see where we were coming from as the people that didn't vote for you.
Oh yeah, I
Because
get
it's
it.
an undefeated team going into you. Sometimes, you're a coin toss. You can either completely shit the bed, leave poo-poo everywhere, or you can honestly play a great fucking game. And this is obviously the latter.
Oh yeah, most definitely. This has been my better year in Madden. Finally, told you we cleaned up, we rebuilt.
We've been hearing that for about 18 seasons now, but we'll leave that alone.
Nigga, we've been playing for 18 seasons. Anyways,
Every year, someone's back. I'm just saying.
look, it only started off with DJ Ooga Wooga Wooga. Then I just said it with Anthony Richardson. That's it. Anyways, week 5 with Oakland Condors versus the Dallas Cowboys. Condors have disappeared from any kind of competition, with the Cowboys winning 38-7. Mac, you got this one, dog.
CJ Stroud playing probably his worst fucking game I've ever seen in my life. Half his completions were interceptions. He threw 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He looks like he even got desperate and threw in his second year man at Jeremy Stewart just to, I guess, alleviate some pressure off of CJ Stroud. Mac Jones playing Mac Jones ball. It's pretty fucking mediocre, I'm not gonna lie to you. But obviously where the real damage came from was the run game. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at 17 rushes for 154 yards and only 1 touchdown. Longest run, 37, so I'm pretty sure that really fucked up that defense. Trevor Etienne doing decent. Honestly, the receiving room in both teams were pretty solid. Everyone got pretty evened out and evened out yards. Most one was Amari Cooper, 5 recs, 86 yards, no touchdowns. So it was pretty seems to be more of a defensive game, to be honest. Looking at Deron Bland with 2 interceptions. Trevon Diggs with also 2 interceptions, and you got Eric Scott. So the cornerback room was just going crazy for Dallas Cowboys per usual. That's what you expect. And one of the touchdowns did come from Deron Bland at a pick 6.
Yes, sir. Guys, I want to give you guys a little inside pointer. Reach out to the Condors. Get CJ Stroud.
Somebody give that man a home, because god damn it, he needs it.
And, at this point, he's coming into his 5th year if you gave him a 5th-year option. So it's definitely a good focal point. Help him rebuild. Give him something. But if you need a quarterback, get CJ Stroud. Moving on to the next game. We got week 5, the Brooklyn Dragons versus the Detroit Lions, with the Dragons coming up top, 34-31. JJ McCarthy had an average game with 15 for 30, 50% passing yard percentage, 239 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. This dude was 50-50 all game. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, from the looks of it, I mean, it was only 3-point separation. And honestly, tired of saying it, but we're gonna sound like a broken record. Yo, guys need to stop the mistakes.
Yep.
2 interceptions by Caleb Williams really would have gave him the win. 367 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, it looks like he was really, but also it looks like he got kind of dirty at 5 times he got sacked. Got to protect that man in the back. Got to protect little brother, but also at the same time, Jahmyr Gibbs trying to carry the team on his back. 16 rushes, 150 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Doing whatever he can just to keep them in the game, which obviously it helped a lot. But it was ultimately Caleb Williams' mistakes really that ended up costing them the game.
Yeah,
And you hate to see it.
Yeah, I definitely say this Lions team goes as far as Caleb can bring them. If Caleb's not performing, they're not winning.
Definitely.
The rest of the team can bring this team as close as they can, but looking at the rest of the games, they either been blowouts or they've been really close games that Caleb has made some common mistakes. That if he can alleviate these, they can win or put
Definitely.
themselves in a better chance of winning.
I mean, honestly, if I gotta say a team that has the utmost potential, if there was a Super Bowl for potential, Lions are gonna get there every time because I honestly see so much in this team. It's all young and they all have crazy playmakers.
Yes, sir. I definitely agree with that. He could definitely emerge and definitely be one of the contenders for that NFC North spot. Moving over to our next game, we have Week 5, Atlanta Falcons versus the Houston Oilers. With the Oilers coming on top with a dominating win, 33-6.
That was one I honestly, considering how great the Falcons are playing. Oh, that's a sim.
Fuck.
That was a sim. Yeah,
I was
they
about
haven't
to
played.
glaze this man up, but never mind.
That was about to. I'm like, how is he coming out with a win? Because
I was gonna say
Tyler
the
Van Dyke
Falcons
throwing 4
defense. I was
interceptions.
like, that Falcons defense is like studded. Like, how the fuck?
Well, CPU, Tyler Van Dyke, hey, Falcons, if you're listening to this, don't rely on the fair sim because your quarterback will shit the bed completely.
Put in your backup.
Put in your back or do something because someone else got to have the helm if you're not using them.
All right, moving over to Week 5, Toronto Huskies versus the Buffalo Bills, an in-division game. Bills coming on top
Simmed.
again. Damn. All right, moving on to the next one. Good win, Bills.
That was actually a force win for the Bills.
Oh, wow. And in conference game, could have been NFC conference game. But I know Steamers is moving, some complications. It's okay. Oh, hey, Kyle said that wasn't simmed. Kyle's
It's
is the Bills.
what?
Bills is Kyle. Kyle
It
said,
says it was a force home win against the Huskies. Yeah, I'm looking at it. It says force win home. That's what I'm getting confused about. Well, I guess let's go over it then.
Anyways.
You played a terrible game with Josh Allen. Do you really want us to go over this? 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions.
Hey,
Didn't really do much.
that is actually one of the best games from Josh Allen because Josh Allen could definitely start. Oh, they did play. The connection was probably gone.
Okay. So yeah, I can't go over that, big dog, because I'm not gonna lie, I probably didn't watch that one.
Good win, Chief.
Either way, good win. You came out with it. That's all that matters.
No, dead ass good win. You're doing better this year. Keep it up, champ. Anyways, moving into Week 5, Packers and Steamers. These are two playoff juggernauts. Of course, Steamers is not like in that
Heavy
for the
hitters.
season, but
Another
heavy hitters.
perfect
You got
perfect game from fucking. God damn it! I hate saying this shit.
Lamar. Yeah, bro. Lamar
Another
Jackson
perfect game from Lamar Jackson.
Crazy. Brother.
82 completion percentage, 19 completions for 23 pass attempts, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Again,
I just wanna
you
say, we
guys
look like
limit.
jackasses.
We do.
talk a
I'm
lot
not
of
gonna lie.
shit.
We're talking so much. I think Kari's just buns. I think that's what it is. Lamar Jackson proven that he embraces the tundra. Green Bay is his home, and he is the king now. At a perfect passer rating again, 338 yards, shutting down a lot of dumbass haters, But Cole Ballard still trying to catch up. Obviously, the interception is what really cost him because this game was pretty close if I wasn't mistaken. So that interception, again, guys, limit your turnovers. You guys will play completely different games. If everyone just stops stop committing turnovers, I bet you this league is the most competitive there is out there. Don Ballard obviously doing everything he can. 19 rushes for 102 yards and a touchdown. Nick Singleton getting mediocrely shut down, 77 yards on the day, no touchdown, just 11 carries. But Mario Williams coming out at 104 yards and only 3 wrecks, 1 receiving touchdown. Trying to keep it in the air. Christian Watson is $350 million running wide receiver. I will always say that's got to be the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. But he sees the vision at 4 wrecks and 58 yards. More power to you, my man. 1 touchdown. Defense was obviously almost decently non-existent. Of course, if you had to take a random guess who on this man's defense caught the only turnover, PS2. PS2 is a 99 overall X factor. He's doing what he's supposed to do, committing turnovers, getting shit done. Got any deflection on the day too. So playing Green Bay football, and he's obviously proven to be a Lamar Jackson proven to be a threat in this division. I mean, in this league.
Man, who would have thought Lamar Jackson taking the Packers to an undefeated fucking record? It's
I'm not
crazy.
gonna lie, I didn't either, considering how badly he should have been in Tampa Bay. Um,
User
Even
error.
then, it's looking like user error because even the new signal caller Kyler Murray, he's inconsistent. I can flip a coin and decide how his game's gonna go.
Yep.
So it sounded like it's user error on his end.
Well, we'll see if Kari can figure that shit out or not. Moving over to the next one. We have Week 5, Riverhogs versus the Seattle Seahawks. This was a very defensive and short game. Of course, Seahawks with a couple little injuries. We have the Seahawks coming up top, 21-7. Shador, 10 for 21, 88 yards. Looks like Seattle's defense, of course, dominated like they always did with 3 interceptions. Again, remove those 3 interceptions. They might turn into touchdowns. You might win the game, or you might be tied going into overtime. Cam
Exactly.
Akers, 14 carries, 102 yards, 1 touchdown. He found it on the ground game. Why didn't he keep going with the ground game? Not sure. My
I think
opinion.
the way most people say it is, I mean, the way most people do it is they keep it on a ground game until they're down more than 10. And then they feel like I have to get these. I need one home run play, or I need a couple great, 50 yard passes, and I can score. Sometimes it's just not that easy, and you got to rely on the fact that you might get the wrong reception, and the defense might come in and stop you in any track that you had.
Yeah, I definitely like to think old school. Running the ball will open up things into your offense, especially if you incorporate some play action, or if you just get a user very paranoid of your running back and playing up, the deep balls will be there. So definitely a learning experience for the Riverhogs, and he definitely has another matchup coming up with the Seahawks. So definitely would love to see how this goes down. Again, Seahawks only scored 21. I know he has a few injuries, but seeing that the Riverhogs doesn't have the best defense, kudos. Moving over
Honestly,
to Week 5, Sentinels versus the Carolina Panthers. Jaegers put the pounding down on Landon, bro. 33-3. Jalen
man,
Hurts.
Landon's kind of bum. I ain't gonna cap.
He's throwing more duds. I'm starting to think the Rams were in the issue the first time. Jaegers.
Sorry.
Bo Nix is looking nice, man. 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Will Shipley coming down dominant on the ground. 13 carries, 135 yards, 1 touchdown. Dominique Ross. When'd you get Dominique Ross? 30 recs, 68 yards, and Jamal Adams, 1 tackle, 2 interceptions. So he added a big body, speedy receiver from Tampa Bay. I'm surprised Tampa Bay would trade with their division rival. Crazy to me.
I don't think he traded. I think he let him go.
Wow.
Because remember, he didn't have that much of an offseason.
That's right.
I think something happened because a 6'6", 208-pound receiver goes crazy. Just throw it up, watch him just dunk on all these little men.
Damn, that's crazy. Jaeger, I know you're here in the chat. Tell us how the fuck that went down. Sentinels, piss poor performance. That's all I got to say about that. Get rid of Hurts.
That's the end of that one. I ain't gonna cap. But I will give Jaeger's credit. 2 running backs for 100 yards each. Pretty solid ground game. You need to keep that up.
I was right about the trade. They traded him.
They traded?
Kari traded him.
Are you retarded? You trade a big body like that
That's
to
how
your
you know.
division?
That's how you know Kari's down bad.
He's down horrendous, man. You need to figure it out,
Mm,
big dog. You're better than
mm.
that.
We have a very interesting game that turned into a roster dump. Week 5, Pittsburgh Steelers and Miami Dolphins. Fuck that user. He said he
It
got
wasn't that
him.
bad of an L, man.
Yeah,
It really wasn't.
yeah. Um, good shit, Anthony. Played a good game. Made a guy quit. Roster dump. He was probably a high schooler. Fuck those guys. Justin Fields had a clean game. 18 for 23, 250 yards, 2 touchdowns. Najee only had 10 carries and 37 yards with 1 touchdown. Damn, I guess Najee doesn't need 100 yards. That's crazy.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. The dude could have won if he wasn't a pussy bitch. He really could have won because that's the type of performance that literally any of us will capitalize and will smack the piss out of him.
Just know I'm an A1 fucking commish. I went in, made a burner account, fucking added myself to the league, picked up the players, cleared the cap penalty, fixed the contracts. That shit took me 30 fucking minutes. Love that's how much I love you
Uh,
motherfuckers.
yeah, because then we could have you could have
You could
restarted,
have
even
had a
though a lot of y'all
reset.
be
You
calling.
could have had a restart, but I didn't let y'all know about it. Anyways, before
Why someone
people,
else gonna just take the shot and fucking
oh,
roster dump?
that's all we need. Last game, but surely not least, we have the Albuquerque Thunderbirds versus the New York Jets. Jets, Jets. But that's all you get from
That
me,
boy
dog.
Eurostep Nate going crazy, making Thunderbirds look dumb as hell. Four
Oh,
interceptions for Joe Burrow. Come on now.
bro, again, you lose. You do one less pick and one more touchdown. It's a tied game, and you're going into overtime. KJ Jefferson, though, had himself a game 14 for 21, 295 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Hall had a decent game, 14 carries, 68 yards. Miko Hardman, still with the Jets, doing crazy shit. 4 wrecks,
Yeah,
142
4
yards.
142 yards go crazy.
Mm-hmm. Thunderbirds, man, you got to capitalize on your passing game. You spent a lot for Joe Burrow. You've paid him. You need to use him because right now you're not using him. if you catch my drift, like
Use him better is what he's saying. I'm sorry.
or change your or put in a ability like request or something. But
That goes with your play style. You need to switch something up, my man, because this zero for you're looking like current day, and I'm not liking it.
yeah, I will definitely say you're wasting a legend's career. So that is all for the recaps. So now going into the stat leaders. Now, Jay, I didn't know. I knew last minute, but I didn't send these over to you. So I pulled the leaders from what's it called? From Neon. So just go to Neon, go to stats, go to passing, like just go to the stats.
Oh, and then go to
line.
whatever.
Mhm.
Okay, so
And
go
to just week
to
5.
statistics.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do what
Passing.
leaders or you passing?
Yeah, we're gonna go passing and then put week
Week
5,
5.
and we'll go down from there.
All right, got you.
Yeah, you can go
All
and start
right.
off with the passing leaders. Should be
Passing
Pat
leader right
Mahomes.
now? Yeah, passing leader right now, Patrick Mahomes. This is going off of this is for the year or no, this is for the week.
This is for currently up to week 6. So we're not gonna do this week's yet. We're always gonna be a week behind, so that way we're able to at least recap all the finished games.
Okay, because it's only showing me it's showing me one game only. That's why.
Um, let's see here. Let me walk you through this. Sorry, guys. But you guys can also walk through this with us too. This is a learning experience. It is what it is. So we're gonna come over down here to statistics. Click it down. Click passing, and then okay, yeah. You shouldn't even have to do anything else. Don't put week 5 or anything. Just keep it to the normal, and it should be Pat
Oh, okay, yeah, I got
Mahomes.
you. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Leading Patrick Mahomes leading at 1,810 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
16
doing
touches.
pretty. Yeah, 66% completion. Dude's pretty reliant on the ball. Only throwing 5 interceptions with 16 touchdowns. He's he's playing like Patrick Mahomes. He's exactly how you think he would be going, which is good because I mean, but then again, I've heard I think it was Ski that said it that half brain dead whatever the fuck can play good with Patrick Mahomes. But I mean, we really want to look back in time and see when Kari had Patrick Mahomes. It's starting to look more and more like user error.
Man.
But yeah, so him obviously being number one. Second place, we got Seattle Seahawks, Bryce Young at a very much lower completion percentage, but only 300 yards short with a 1591, 13 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Oh man, those interceptions are piling up for you, my man. You start figuring that out. But then again, obviously we can all blame the what do you call them? The injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. So he could just figure that out. I mean, I feel like he'll be back up top per usual. Number 3, we have Trevor Lawrence and the Austin Aviators. 173%. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. 73% completion percentage, 1583. Looking about like 10 yards short of being second place, so playing a little bit better. 9 touchdowns. Obviously, not really throwing many touchdowns. I feel like it's more the run game doing that. But 8 interceptions, almost cracking even. Been sacked 14 times. Your offensive line needs to protect little brother back there. Who else do we have? How far you want me to go down?
Oh, we got the top 10. You can do top 10.
Okay. Brock Purdy, Glock Purdy, and the St. Louis Pioneers.
CPU.
56. Oh, it's a CPU.
Mhm.
Yeah, I expected because fuck. Damn, 14 touchdowns for only 3 interceptions. CPU going crazy. All right, number 5, you know my boy, my baby boy right there, Caleb Williams in Detroit Lions. 55% completion percentage. He needs to fix that shit. 1,516 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 19 sacks. How is he top 5? The world may never know, but he's making yards, and I'm pretty sure I can already guarantee you it's that boy J-Mo.
Mm-hmm.
One, keeping him in the game, keeping him out there, but my man, you got to figure out them interceptions, and your O line needs to work hard on keeping that quarterback clean. 19 sacks, it's pretty bad. Dak Prescott, Chicago Black Knights. I'll say Blackhawks. 1,490 yards, 13 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. Am I reading that right?
Yes, sir.
That trade is looking like it's working out for both people. Oh, I'm sorry. Technically, it's not their trade, but still. Dak Prescott showing to be the guy in Chicago because he definitely was not the guy in Dallas. Sacked 6 times, doing what he's doing. Lamar Jackson obviously playing extravagant ball, 74 completion percentage, 1,486 yards, 14 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's pretty much all I can say about that. He's playing great. He's playing great ball. I mean, we saw what 2 perfect passer rating games,
Yep.
proving the doubters wrong and making sure that everyone knows that he is that guy.
He that nigga.
Number 5, surprisingly, I mean not 5. Next one up, Anthony Richardson, 50% completion percentage, 1,480 yards, 6 yards shy of Lamar Jackson, 10 yards shy of Dak Prescott. So you're really keeping up. You got one monster game. I feel like you crack top 3 easy. 14 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, doing way better at limiting those interceptions, honestly. Because you tend to be a pick machine sometimes when you get rattled, but
It was that classic. It was that fucking classic mechanic.
yeah,
Classic.
it's exactly placement. You get to choose where the ball goes and how you want to do it. Sometimes it can fuck you in the end, but honestly, obviously showing out to be way better than what is that shit called? Classic was.
Mm-hmm.
Oakland, Drake May, 18 touchdowns, Jesus Christ, and only 7 interceptions. Dude's a touchdown machine, honestly, throwing up and down the field. 1433 as his yards, and then ending off the top 10. Malik Willis for the Paris Blues, 73% completion percentage, 1,430 yards, 14 touchdowns, and only 4 interceptions. We all know that he's the one that plays. He plays pretty smart ball. I rarely see him really, commit turnovers that harshly. So, honestly, the way I'm seeing it is these top passing spots, they're all within 100, 200 yards of each other. So these could flip either way. A lot of these could be MVP candidates, except for Caleb Williams, only because of his interceptions. But honestly, so far, and I hate to say it, Lamar Jackson probably gonna be leading. Either Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes gonna be fighting for an MVP spot.
Yep. All right, moving over to the rushing. I'll go ahead and I'll handle this one.
Yes, sir.
Number 1, we have Saquon Barkley coming in with 792 yards with 8 tutties. 6 of those carries have been over plus 20 fucking yards and only 1 fumble. Coming in second is Quinton Dutkin from the Bills with 663 yards with 7 tutties, only 1 fumble. Nick Chubb is CPU as we currently speak right now. Moving over to number 4, Branson Robinson from the Bucks, 627 rushing yards with 7 touchdowns and 1 fumble. Javonte Williams coming in at number 5 with 609 rushing yards, 6 tackles, and no fumbles. Will Shipley from the Panthers, we have 587 with 6 touchdowns, no fumble. Devon Achane from the Thunderbirds, 587 rushing yards with 7 touchdowns and no fumbles. Pachenko from the Armadillos, 526 yards with 9 touchdowns. Jesus. And 0 fumbles. Travis Etienne Jr. from the Aviators, 510 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, 1 fumble. And Keaton Mitchell coming in at number 10, 485 rushing yards with 6 touchdowns and 2 fumbles. Not too shabby. Moving over to the receiving leaders. Jay, you got this one?
Yeah, let me bring this whole up real quick.
Shit.
Receiving. All right, so receiving.
Are we surprised at this
I don't
point?
even. Are we surprised? Do I even have to say this one? The fucking Seattle Kincaids leading the receiving statistics at 26 recs. Only dropped 2, so he's a pretty. He bring it down. 5 touchdowns, 616 yards total on the season. Usually gets
Sheesh.
around 4 yards after the catch, so I'm pretty sure he's one of those like he just grabs it to him, maybe a fight for a few extra yards, but most likely he drops it to the ground.
Man.
Next up, I could have also guessed this one, Jameson Williams. He's that deep stretch guy. You already know how it goes. 21 recs, only dropped 1 ball, 591 yards and 5 touchdowns. Longest one is an 81-yard bomb. Number 3, we have Antonio Johnson from the
Who?
Orlando Bisons. Who? Apparently, he's a young rookie too. That's the crazy
Hmm.
part. Rookie tight end. 19 recs on the season, 5 drops. So I'm pretty sure it's those concentration drops he's got to fight. 520 yards and 6 touchdowns. Oh, he's leading. Oh no, never mind. Second place in touchdowns. Mitch Hayward, Chicago Black Knights is wide receiver. 34 recs. He's a favorite. 494 yards, 3 touchdowns. Then we have Chris Olave for the Phoenix Dogs, CPU at the moment. Garrett Wilson injured.
And still up there? Man.
Still up there, 21 recs, 3 touchdowns, longest at 98 yards. It goes crazy.
Jeez.
But he's one to fight for yards because after the catch, yards after catch, he's sitting at 10.10. And then Christian Watson, $350 million wide receiver. 17 recs, 5 touchdowns. Is it worth the money for you yet? Just let me know. He's doing pretty solid, 87 yards. Brock Bowers, tight end, second year, I believe now, right?
Yes, sir.
27 recs, only 1 drop, 4 touchdowns, and he has about 445 yards on the season. T. Higgins,
Not
surprisingly up
surprised.
here. Yeah. Well, not surprised, but you know, he doesn't really not much of a deep thrower. 22 recs, 2 touchdowns, sitting at 436 yards, and rounding out the top 10 is Tampa Bay's own Justin Jefferson. 24 recs, 4 drops, most on the list besides Antonio Johnson.
Hmm.
7 touchdowns though, leading in touchdowns, and sitting at 412 yards.
Mm-mm-mm. All right, moving over to the defensive side, we're going to go over to our tackle leaders. We have Devin Bush as number 1 with 26 tackles. We got Kyle Duggar at 25 tackles. Coming in number 3, we have Danny Schutzman with 24 tackles. Schutzman, same shit.
There's no
24
H there.
You know what? Fuck you and no, we're family friendly. Kyle Hamilton coming in next with 24 tackles. Ronnie Harrison Jr. with 22. Richie Grant from the Falcons with 22 as well. Logan Wilson from the Bengals, 21. Jamal Adams from the Panthers, 21. Jalen Ramsey from the CPU, fuck him. And we got Derwin James Jr. with 20 tackles. Those are your tackle leaders right now, according to
Damn,
Week
not
6.
me with top 1 and 10. That's crazy.
Glazing yourself is wild. Moving over to our sack leaders, we have Myles Garrett, who is not on the orbits no more, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. With 5.5 sacks, we got Joey Bosa with 5 sacks. Trey Henderson with 5. We have B.J. Ukalari from the Dragons with 5 sacks. So we got 3 guys tied with 5. With Derek Hall coming in from the Bills with 4.5 sacks. Shaq Leonard with 4.5 sacks, make himself relevant again. Bradley Chubb is CPU. We have Chase Young from the Steamers with 4 sacks. Rashawn Gary with 3.5 sacks. And Trayvon Walker with 3.5 sacks. There goes your sack leaders for this week. And then moving over to the interception leaders. Number 1, we have Jaquan Brisker with 5 interceptions. We got Richie Grant also tied for 5, so we have a 2-way tie for the top. We have Casey Turner from the Dragons with 4 interceptions. We have Joey Porter from the Steelers with 4. Tariq Woolen from the Jets with 4. And Jamal Adams from the Panthers with 4. So we have a 4-way tie for second place. Third place, we have Buda Baker with 3. We got Sean Murphy-Button with 3. We got Trayvon Diggs from the Cowboys with 3. And we have Juan Thornhill with 3 as well too. man. Kari, The show goes over an hour. We at least go to an hour and a half. It is a podcast. We're talking about stats. We're talking about the league. Yes, we
What did
get
that man
in depth.
say?
He said, "Bro, y'all are still going. It's been over an hour, bro. Go handle your kids, dog."
For real, pull-out game weak as hell. Can't trust the pull-out driveway.
But anyway, guys, that is our weekly stat lineups. So now what we're going to go over is now our player of the weeks for week 5. We're going to get this a little bit over with so that way we can get to some other stuff. So for the offensive player of the week, we got Patrick Mahomes, 19 for 26, 458 yards, 7 tutties. We talked about that game. 4 attempts, 32 rushing yards, 0 touchdowns. Then moving over to the defensive player for AFC, Jair Alexander, 7 tackles, 1 interception, is no longer on the team, by the way. Moving over to the NFC offense, we have Saquon Barkley, 23 attempts, 235 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns, 3 red catches with 47 yards. Then we have no one else but Deron Bland, 3 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle from the Cowboys. So those guys are your week 5 players of the week. Again, you guys give us the performance. We just pick, put them on the board. Simply all we do. Now we're going to go over to the power rankings real quick, get this out the way. Now, I know you guys stay here for this. I know you guys are a fiend for this. Y'all love this shit or y'all hate it. And then y'all come to me and like, why am I so low? Why am I so high? I just put what you guys performed on, all right?
Sometimes it can be kind of suspect. It could be kind of
Yeah, and that is a judgment call. I also look into the conference. I look into the divisional games, your records, look into all that shit. I don't just look, you beat that guy, you beat this guy. I go into depth about it. But you know what? Looking over it, this is what it is. I'm having CPUs now all the way on the bottom. Take them out the picture. We don't like it. So moving over to your top 10s, we have Blues moving up to number 1. Just had dominating performances. His record's looking a little bit better divisional-wise and stuff like that. I just feel like he's a little bit more dominant than the Packers, putting him up there. Packers, it's a two-way tie. It's just the way I'm seeing it right now. Packers, you had 2 great games with Lamar Jackson. If this produces more and, if you and Ski play this year or if someone knocks out, we'll clearly have a new number 1. Moving over to number 3, Dragons move up to from 4 to 3. Over here at 4 now, we have Orbits moving up 2 spots. We have Steelers moving up 2 spots. And then we have Bulls after a loss moving down 3 spots to number 6. Panthers moving up to number 3 from up to number 10. We have the Cowboys staying at 9, and we have the Seahawks staying at 9. Now, the reason why I didn't move the Seahawks up and I moved Jaegerus over, the Seahawks is dealing with a couple injuries. There was a loss to the Bulls, so I felt like putting them right underneath the Bulls didn't really see fit, whereas the Panthers has a better record, moving them up to number 7. At number 10, we have Oilers sneaking into his first time in top 10 in our BTB Boomcast power rankings. Again, guys, these are the
my
rankings.
boy.
Oh, yeah, he did his job, man. He did his job. These are the rankings.
Doing what you gotta do, and I like that.
Again, if you guys want to be higher and move up, show me something. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. Now, done with the power rankings, we are now going to talk about some trades. Go ahead, Jay. I know you had some big ones.
Obviously, I'm the one that kind of caps out about the biggest trades of the year so far. So the way I'm seeing it is, I got a couple expiring guys. So just letting y'all see my mindset. Trying to think for the future because we got about 4 more years of this thing. So obviously, I'm not gonna be able to keep a 99 X Factor and a 99 Jair Alexander and a 99 Myles Garrett. So when you start building for the future, so obviously one of the biggest trades I think I've done was sending Myles Garrett to the back-to-back Super Bowl champion. Was that the smartest option to me, considering I'm his number 1 hater? Probably not. But honestly, I've had Myles Garrett on the block for the last 2 years. Respectfully, I really have been trying to trade him for the last 2 years, even though he is back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year. No one tends to respect that and wants to offer me something, subpar. But as far as the trade I got from the Seattle Seahawks, the man gave me his future to bolster that D-line. Because obviously, Miles Garrett by himself goes for current second, third, fourth, future first, second, third, fourth, and then another future first. Again, with also an Uchenna Nwosu and young stud at Zay Flowers at wide receiver, really gonna help that depth. Yatur Gross Matos helping that line now that I'm missing out, and then Alan McCain, young, 23 years old, pass coverage guy, which is exactly how I run my defense. And then also sending out, helping out, a little bit of the poorer teams, you know what I mean? Helping out the Detroit Lions with their secondary, sending out Jair Alexander for a plethora of picks and also a younger pass coverage guy. Um, that's pretty much my mindset behind those trades. 'Cause I'm pretty sure people are looking at me like, what the hell? Like, how are you just gonna randomly trade? You see the draft capital. I'm gonna have a splash in offseason. And really excited to show you guys what I have planned for this team and hopefully make myself more of a consistent playoff contender.
All right, there you guys heard it here, folks. Haven't seen any really other crazy trades. If you guys want to talk about your trade, we can talk about it in the next show. You can put it in the chat. You can put it in Discord. However you guys want to go about that. But guys, I appreciate you guys coming up for the show. Again, this is the Boomcast. You guys are our Boomcasters. We're here to give you guys the information. We're here to give you guys entertainment, and mostly just to be here, hang out, and just have a fucking good time, dog. And talk a little shit here and there. But at the end of the day, we love you guys. We guys appreciate you guys for coming through. You guys have a good one. I'm the commish,
I'm Jay at San Antonio Orbits.
and we out this bitch.